Is learning the English language your toughest challenge yet? Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials.
What was your wedding ceremony like, Abigail?
My husband and I got married in a registry office with just 2 friends there as witnesses. But then we had 3 parties to celebrate.
3 parties? That's quite a lot. That must have been expensive.
Well, since my husband and I are from 2 different countries, and we live in a 3rd country, we decided to have one in each country. It wasn't actually that expensive.
Were your parents upset that they weren't there to see you get married?
I would have liked them to be there, but they couldn't afford to fly out to see us, and we couldn't afford to fly out to see them, so they understood.
Did your husband's family get to meet your family?
My husband's parents flew out to meet my family when we got married in my hometown, so that was great. Some people spend ridiculous amounts of money on extravagant wedding receptions, but we agreed that the wedding party should be less about money and more about family.
That makes sense. Did you go on a honeymoon?
We waited until our 1-year anniversary to go on our honeymoon to Africa.
You really didn't have a very traditional wedding, did you?
Not at all, but we don't have a very traditional marriage either, so it suited us perfectly.
Who stands out in your mind as a man or woman of sound character?
If I think of famous people, I think of Abraham Lincoln.
He's the U.S. president, who walked 5 miles just to give a lady her change, isn't he?
That's the one. He also was famous for never giving up on his goals.
That's right. He ran for office quite a few times before he was finally elected.
And I also admire him for his courage in fighting for equal rights.
He had great vision, didn't he?
And humility. I would have liked to meet him personally.
Why do you look so gloomy? What are you looking for?
My dissertation. I put it somewhere last night and I can't find it now.
Did you finish typing yesterday?
Yes, I kept on typing it until midnight, but it is lost.
Don't worry about it. It must be somewhere in your room. Let's see where you put it. Have you searched your drawers and the desk?
Yes, but there is nothing inside the drawers or on the desk.
How about the shelf?
I've searched everywhere. Where on earth did I put it?
Don't get upset over it. At least you have another week to go.
I have been working on it for a whole month and it's too late to write another. Just think of all my hard work that goes for nothing. How could I do such a thing?
Cheer up. What I meant was that you can find it sometime during a week. There is no need to write a new one. Oh, what's this? Is this your dissertation?
Let me see. Yes, that's it. Where did you find it?
You've put it among these journals.
My poor memory. Thank you very much.
Who's that?
Search me.
Every time when heroes came back from the battlefield, we took our hats off to them.
You were showing respect and admiration for them.
I wish I were a hero. What musical instrument do you play?
I can play the piano a bit.
Then we can have one more program at our party?
No, my playing isn't good enough for me to perform in public.
Do you take a bus to and from work?
Yeah, every day. And there's only one choice. All the other buses are going the other direction.
I have the same problem. When I leave work, it's always rush hour. So the buses are always crowded.
Oh, yeah, it's terrible. I will tell you the funniest thing I have seen in China. It's when so many people try to get onto one city bus, and the last guy is squeezed in so tight that the door is tightly pressed against his butt.
That sounds terrible the way you describe it. But not long ago I really suffered on the bus.
What happened? Were you having a hard time getting on a bus?
You just can't imagine. I waited for the first bus but it was too full, so I waited for the second, and it was still very crowded. Then I decided not to wait for the next one, and got on the second bus. It was so full that I had to stand on one foot. No kidding.
Good exercise,
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's so much fun. One day, the bodies were so tightly packed that some girl's behind was pressed against my front. I was afraid to put my hands down for fear of accidentally groping her.
You were so happy, weren't you?
What do you think? I'm a good boy.
I heard that Ben is forming his own band.
It will be a rock and roll band probably. He's a very good guitarist.
Can you play a musical instrument? If you can, he might ask you to join the band.
I can play drums, but I haven't played for a while. I'm not sure I'd be good enough to play in a band.
I wish I could play a musical instrument. I love music.
Nowadays, you can be a DJ. You can mix dance music. You don't need to be able to play music instrument or thing.
I love to try it, but the instrument is expensive and it was still need to take a lot of practice.
You could probably get a computer program that would help you. You already have a computer, so you could use that to help you mix some music.
That's a great idea. I'll search for some information on the internet. If it's possible to do, the internet will have some information about it. How will you spend this lovely weekend?
I have no idea. Any suggestions?
We haven't played chess for a long time. How about playing chess?
It must be fun. But I am not good at chess. I never won since I've learned to play chess.
Don't worry, I will teach you how to win.
Okay, settled then.
See you tomorrow.
See you.
So, is this your first time to Taiwan?
No, I first came here 1995.
Oh, really? And you are from the state, right?
Well, I am from Canada. Actually.
Oh, I am so sorry.
That's happens all the time.
Do you have any tissue, Eve? I've used all mine.
Here. Are you all right?
Thanks. I am all right. It's just my nose. It must be an allergy. Do you have any aspirin? I have a terrible headache.
I don't have an aspirin. Perhaps you should go to a doctor.
No, I am okay. It's the weather. It was warm and sunny this morning and now it's chilly and raining.
Really, John, I still think you should go to a doctor. You've been sneezing ever since you entered the office this morning. Why don't you take this afternoon off? If you don't want to see a doctor, at least you can go home and have a good rest.
I can't. I am already behind the schedule. Besides, you know Mr. White. He would think that I was putting him on.
You didn't do anything but sneeze this morning, and you can't do anything this afternoon like this. Gee, you've got a fever.
Do I? Oh, no.
Listen to me. You go home now. I will call my doctor and have him go over. Okay?
What about Mr. White?
I'll handle him. Now go home. I'll call you after work.
Thanks a lot, Eve. Goodbye.
Do you really have to work today?
Yes, I'm afraid so.
But you'll miss out on the football game.
Oh, well, it can't be helped.
Is learning the English language your toughest challenge yet? Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials.